Hey, what's up, Patriots? Today's November 8th, 2023, day 1036. Can you believe it? Day 1036. So I guess that means like 1036 days ago, Mike Pence certified a fraudulent election. And here we are. We're still here. Hey, Deb, bye. It's a tie. At least I still got you guys to be happy with. Hey, silly. All right, from Branson. How's it going down there? Paying homage to the vets. That's an awesome thing to do, man. We owe a lot to our veterans. And we owe a lot to our veterans. That is for sure. We spent a lot of effort fighting for freedom in this world, and they deserve the homage that should come to them. And I really appreciate you guys for standing up for them there. And I'm wondering, did you have the convoy today down there? I heard that was going to be an event down in Branson. So tonight I'm going to be looking on Nagy's web or YouTube page, and I got Mona Moments web page or YouTube. I think it's called Bug Tussler. So I'm going to check in on her. If you know anybody else that's streaming down there, silly, go ahead and throw it in the chat there. Hey there, Sunkissed. How are you? Who else do we got here? Docs and Grandma, Lisa McNeely. Deb Vice, good to see you Patriots here today. And it looks like maybe we probably got a couple other feds watching. So day 1036, and my fuse is getting short, Patriots. My fuse is getting short. Well, yeah, fuse is getting short, Sunkissed. I got this going on. I got to weasel one of these into one of those, and it's never as easy as it looks, but it's an exercise in faith. So far, God has allowed me to make every repair I've ever started on a truck. So I just work through it, try to keep my cool, and one nut, one bolt at a time. So yesterday at Freedom Corner, all right, silly. There we go. Silly's got a YouTube channel. Let's see if it gets a live stream going there, huh? That would be way cool, Silly. That would be way cool to see that. It's not as easy as it looks. Let's talk about Freedom Corner real quick here yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday. It was voting day. Tammy wasn't there. She had something other to do. And I think there might have been a little confusion, they said, about the phone calls. And we only ended up getting one phone call last night from Jeff Sable at the end of the night. But Nicole and Mickey had some good things to say on several times. Helena got up and spoke also on the Pizzola issue. So let's just talk about that. All right, they're going to sing with the J6ers on at 9 o'clock tonight. I know David was trying to get a phone call lined up for you guys out there. That's going to be super cool, super cool. And let's see if we can get some of these vets involved with the fight that we've been doing for 1036 days. It would be nice if a couple of them jumped in. But yesterday, Mickey and Nicole went to a congressional hearing where they were talking to a gal named Colette Peters, who is the director of the Bureau of Prisons. And I just found it ironic that on the very day that they were questioning the director of the Bureau of Prisons in Congress, the Bureau of Prisons was lying to me on the phone about where Dominic Pizzola is. I called there twice yesterday to lodge a petition to them that you can't add punishment onto people after the judge sentences them. And Dominic is in solitary confinement. He hasn't had a phone call in 30 days. He's going to be there a while, it looks like. And it looks like the retribution has begun on the J6ers now. Once they get out of the DC gulag, they are now in the Bureau of Prisons jurisdiction. And we're hearing a lot of these stories about, it's called DC therapy. All right, oh, wait a second. What's that? Deb for Freedom. Dominic was moved to North Carolina late last night. All right, well, I hope our phone calls had something to do with that. So there's a lot of confusion, I guess. Dominic was moved late last night to North Carolina. Okay. So then when I called the prison, they said, nope, he's not here. And then we got word that, yes, he was there, but he was moved to a SHU, a segregated housing unit, which is what the official term is for solitary confinement. Yeah, let's get Joe Nagy's live stream up here. This guy will be streaming from Branson tonight also. Everything that he's done so far is only like 1-minute videos, though. So I don't know if he's just going to put out a couple of little short videos. But I remember this guy. I don't know if it was from the convoy or what, but I definitely met that guy before. And he's got a little YouTube channel going there, and he's driving a big rig. He brought in some Humvees to Branson there. So there's another streamer on the ground, boots on the ground. Okay, then we got this news here. So finally, a couple of subpoenas are out. James and Hunter Biden subpoenaed by House Oversight Committee, Matt Gaetz. So that's one step, all right? Will they comply? Will they get busted if they don't? Will they answer the questions? You know, I mean, that's just one small step in the direction that we want our representatives to go, that we have been kicking and screaming about for 1,036 days now. Okay, Crystal Sanderson. Joe said he brought some stuff to actually stream, so we shall see. All right, that would be cool. Hey, Crystal Sanderson, how are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, I think Joe was at the convoy. I seem to remember him. And then much confusion on the Dominic Pizzola thing. But at the same time, this woman, Colette Peters, was testifying in Congress. The Bureau of Prisons was lying to me on the phone because he was there, okay? He was there yesterday, and he was in the SHU. So they didn't tell me that part of the information. And I would imagine that the SHU is part of that prison. It wasn't like he got moved out. The lady told me he got moved out. Oh, wow. Okay, all right. You guys are feeding me links here. What do we got here? Okay, the Blaze endorses Trump. BLM? BLM endorsed Trump? Everybody else sucks. Black Lives Matter leader endorses Trump for 2024. Huh. All right. Things are happening fast, I guess. All I know is we went to a Black Lives Matter event over at the DC courthouse, and those people did not like us. They're very standoffish people, which seems to be a problem all throughout the country right now. Nobody has social skills anymore. Hi, Cindy. Okay, so Debt for Freedom is announcing that Dominic is in FCI Buntner Medium 2 in North Carolina. Is that the one that's in King, North Carolina? Because I was looking into going there about 6 months ago. Yeah, the election sucked here too. Nobody's saying a thing though. Nobody's going, hey, how did that happen? Democrats took over our school board here, and all the other school boards in the whole county are red. Somehow or another, our election right here got skewed. I filled out my ballot, put it into the mystery machine counter. I have no idea if it registered all my votes accurately or not. The guy at the election booth said, trust me, and I just laughed and left. And then we did have some issues in several Pennsylvania areas where they ran out of ballots. The voting machine went on the blink. Now, we got to make a distinction here. There are two types of machines here. There's one that you can vote on, and you have the option of voting on an electronic machine or filling out a paper ballot and then entering that paper ballot into a counting machine. But either way, they're not counted by humans, and either way, those are two electronic devices that your vote goes through that who knows what's happening with it. All right, Mississippi stayed red. Good for you, Sunkist. Yeah, I don't understand the whole, I don't understand Republicans, basically. They are flailing right now. Because that's what they did here. They allowed the other people to dictate what they were arguing about. And it always comes down to abortions. And they never clarify the whole thing here. It's crazy, man. The Republicans here suck. Okay, here's where Buntner is. Buntner is off Highway 85, about 15 miles from Durham, North Carolina. Okay. Yeah, it does seem to always be about abortion here, pro-you. It's always about abortion. So here's my take. You know, we don't agree with abortion. We raise our children to not agree with abortion. And if our enemies want to kill their babies, is that a problem with us? I don't understand why we put up such a stink about it. An abortion should be a medical procedure. It shouldn't be outlawed. It shouldn't be mandated. It's just an issue between a doctor and a patient. And why do we make such a stink about putting it into legislation? And these are people, they just want to kill their babies. So just let them. Just let them. We can tell them about Jesus. We can tell them about the beauty and miracle of life, and how having a kid is like the best event in anyone's life. But why do we get all caught up in that argument every single time? That's what happened to our governor's race. That's what happened in the school board election, actually. And it came down to the books in the library, where the Republicans, you know, they gotta make this stand where they just don't want certain books in the library. And I don't get it. We can make a stand and say none of these pornographic books in the school library, but just if you want your kids to see pornographic books, take them to the city library or the county library. Why does the Republicans always get caught up in this, man? It's idiotic. It's idiotic. Oh, hey, we got congressional staffers in the pro-Hamas demonstration on Capitol steps. All right, there's another Gateway Pundit article. So I'm always missing these articles because I stop looking at the news at like 11 or 12, and these all come out afterwards. Pro-Hamas demonstration on the Capitol steps. We got, well, I guess it's good we got staffers in there, so at least the congressional people know what's going on. Yeah, Debt for Freedom, they will face God in the end, so let them. I just don't understand why we got to lose elections over this issue. If they want to kill their babies, let them. That's all there is to it. If you want to live in New York City and be a black person, you're just going to and be oblivious to the fact that more babies are aborted than born in New York City. Just let them. They are ignorant people that have no idea there is a God, that have no idea there is a beauty to life. Yeah, and I saw this about Judge Ergadon, or whatever his name, Engeron. Naked pictures of himself in his alumni newsletter. In an alumni newsletter. Oh my God. It's just clown world. Clown world. Yeah, it is. They are murderers, Sunkiss, but they don't understand that they're murderers. They don't understand how that is murder. And there's way more to it than that. I mean, yeah, there's way more to it than that. So, all right, back to Freedom Corner. Back to Freedom Corner here. Colette Peters, director of BOP, testified. Mickey and Nicole were in the hearing. They heard Matt Gaetz speak to her. Matt Gaetz brought up the fact that there's, who is he talking about here? Matt Gaetz brought up Owen Schroyer and John Strand. They're both in Florida, Bureau of Prisons, and they are in solitary confinement. They are getting mistreated. According to what the Colette Peters was saying in the congressional hearing, those are all internal matters at the prisons, but she's in charge of this. And that, you know, once you're in the prison, they're adding to the punishments of these J6ers, and I think that's retribution. I think something needs to be done about it. But these J6ers shouldn't even be in prison in the first place, because we've been screaming for 1,036 days, and our Republicans haven't done anything about it, man. We are continually ignored by it. So anyways, Gaetz brought up Owen Schroyer and John Strand. Mickey and Nicole were there. It's awesome that they're there. It's awesome that they're there, but those things are not pleasant to sit through. And watching our representatives just continue to ignore us and do nothing but talk is really insulting right now. And then after the congressional hearing, I saw Benny Johnson interviewing MTG and two other guys, and they're all over the place talking and talking and talking and talking. And that's all we ever get out of them. All we ever get out of them. Let's see, Helena got up and said Pizzola was in Oklahoma City still, and that he will be there for 27 more days. But that's, all right, so that's turning out that's not true, because he got moved to North Carolina. I'm thoroughly confused right now. Sorry. We got news that Thomas Sibbick is in the hole. He is in Lisbon, Ohio, at a federal correctional institution there, FCI Elkton. And don't know why he's in the hole. Mason Corson, who is a young man, he's in Coleman, Florida, at FCI Coleman. Yeah, you're right, Lisa. All right, so let's not get dejected. The phone calls are working. We are getting results from the phone calls. It's never like they tell you, yeah, since you called, we're going to get the guy out of solitary confinement or segregated housing unit. But I guess the phone calls are working. So we just got to keep it up. We just got to keep it up. That's all we got right now. All right, yeah, you're right, Stu. We still don't have the J6 videos. The J6 security videos from the Capitol. All these guys have been thrown in jail. They haven't had access to that information. Why is no Congress people standing up to that? That is just insane, insane. All right, while we're at it here, hit the notification bell, subscribe, and hit the like. And I have a P.O. box. We'll put that up here shortly. And if you send me a check, right on the memo part, loan repayment. Because apparently that works. Apparently that takes the IRS eyes off of everything, okay? So just in the memo part, right, loan repayment. And that solves everything. All right, the House passes Israel funding and took it out of the IRS budget. That's what they said they were going to do. That's a good move forward for us. All right, here's my my P.O. box here. All right, and Patriots, I'm tapped out right now. I am tapped out. I just dumped $2,000 into my van. This is just some parts I had sitting around for a year that I haven't gotten to put on there because I've been fighting for freedom. If you can, send me some donations. I want to get on the road. I want to get back down to D.C. I want to get somewhere and continue this fight. But for right now, I'm tapped out. I am going to take a trip to D.C. in the next couple of days or 2 or 3 here. I got to go visit some buds down there and make sure that everything's going well for them, touch base with them, and hopefully do a night at Freedom Corner. That would be really cool. I haven't been down there in a month and a half. But I got to put gas in the tank. And Joe Biden, FJB, is making that as difficult as possible with the inflation that's going on and the horrible condition our country is in. It's just outrageous. It is outrageous. All right, so all you letter writers, I'm writing a letter to Civic. I'm writing a letter to Mason Corson. Mason Corson, I got to meet Mason's mother and sister. We did a vigil in Lewisburg, maybe almost getting on 9 months ago. Wonderful people. Mason is a wonderful young man. He is enduring this heroically. All these J6ers are just dealing with this heroically. What else can you do, though? And in the meantime, our elections are still rigged. Elections Department sends out wrong ballots to undetermined number of voters. I'll bet that was Pennsylvania. I don't know what state it was, but I haven't read that article. So zip through Gateway Pundit, man. They're putting out the articles that matter. It is a waste of time to read what they're writing about over there. Oh, you're going back soon too, Deb, for freedom. All right. Maybe we should talk. Yeah, all right, so what they're doing is all these J6ers are not in the gulag anymore. There's still some in there, but once they get their sentencing, they're moved out and put into wherever they're going to be permanently housed. And it's looking like retribution is being doled out to these guys there. It's looking like they're getting thrown in the hole. They're getting abused in these other prisons, and now it's harder to keep track of them. So I like the idea that if you live in Florida, just start paying attention, start even keeping notes of who's in Florida, what issues come up day by day. We can make the announcements as we hear about them, but I can't keep a whole file of all the J6ers here. So it'd be really cool to farm this information out to patriots that are in the area that can keep a track on what's going on with the patriots in your local area. So right here, we got Lewisburg, we got the Philly prison, we got the Schuylkill prison. So I got 3 or 4 prisons right here in PA that I'm trying to keep tabs on everybody that's there. And there's the Patriot Mail Project. That is an excellent site for getting the information that you need to write to the guys. And here's another one, direct to... Oh, you kidding me here. Maricopa County's latest election, interference. How long have we been screaming about bogus elections, about election fraud? Nobody does anything. Yeah, definitely. These patriots deserve our letters, deserve our time. Write to them just so they can read your letter for 5 minutes and 10 minutes and forget about the fact that they're in jail, man. So Mason Corson he's doing all right, but he's down, you know. When he was in D.C., when he was in Lewisburg, he was getting a lot of letters because there were so many other J6ers in the area, in the prison with him. And there was, major letter campaigns going on from you guys. But now that they're getting farmed out, the letters are kind of dying off. So that's why I suggest if you got a guy in Florida or you got a guy in Colorado or North Carolina here, just try to take them into your wheelhouse and keep tabs on these guys. Because if we're not making phone calls, they are being abused. So when Mickey and Nicole were in the hearing, they had a guy who spent a year in the D.C. gulag testify that the food he was eating was rancid. They were feeding him moldy vegetables, rancid food. And like, we got to make a phone call about that, you know? Don't they have, like, Department of Health or something? Don't they go, all our restaurants get inspected. How come they're not checking on the prison stuff that's going on there with their food? Why are they exempt out of that? Yeah, I just don't know what the answers are anymore, Patriots. There you go, Turbo. Good to see you, bud. The one true statement of the day. Today is National FJB Day. All right, so all our information on Pizzola that I got here is not valid anymore since he supposedly got moved here. Nicole got up, talked about Ryan Nichols for a while. Ryan Nichols had a trial, a hearing yesterday. Ryan Nichols was out on bail. He was released until his trial. He went in for a trial yesterday and took a plea deal. Then they took him immediately back into custody. He'll be in the gulag for a while till his sentencing comes up. And then also the 3%ers from California. So far we've had the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, and now the 3%ers have all been found guilty with conspiracy charges on them. Let's see, Derek Kennison, Robert Martinez, Russell, and I think this gal, Felicia Connold was part of that. I'm not sure. But anyways, Felicia Connold was part of a Gateway Pundit article that I did see today from this morning. And this poor woman, man, is... She was in the Proud Boy thing. They grouped all the Proud Boys together, and a couple of people got thrown into that group when they were on trial that weren't actually Proud Boys. They had just met the Proud Boys that day and were kind of hanging out with them. But this woman is looking at like 6 months in jail. She's a single mother working 2 jobs, homeschooling one of her kids, and she's looking at 6 months in jail. And she's a caretaker for her aunt. And this is destroying good families. This is it's an outrage. It is a travesty of justice. And we have a government that is supposed to be tending to all of this, that is just not doing a thing. We are on our own. How long do we peacefully await for our representatives to do something about our constitutional rights? It's just becoming infuriating. It is really becoming infuriating. We have no word on Vitaly Goss Jankowski, the deaf guy who flipped out in the courtroom. They threw him in the gulag now. They threw him in solitary confinement. We have no word on this guy. We don't know where he is right now. So the one phone call we did get was from Jeff Sable last night. He's on day 1,000 and something, is how he worded it. They asked him if he had anything to say, that since they were going to the congressional hearing, and he said, yeah, stop serving us moldy and rotten vegetables. I don't understand why the Department of Health doesn't inspect the prison kitchens or the food that they're getting served. Everybody else has to get inspected if you got a restaurant. Why aren't they doing that there? John Mellis got on the phone, and he put out the call to action for Dominic also, had a phone number and an email. And then he said something about the House passed a bill to reduce Pete Buttigieg's pay to $1. I don't know where that is, and I couldn't find anything about it this morning. All right. Now we're into some world news here. Judge Arthur Engeron, the guy who is the judge in Trump's New York trial, actually said, I'm not here to hear what President Trump has to say. He didn't say President Trump, by the way. He probably called him Mr. Trump. They can't stand calling him President Trump. But they denied him the ability to have a jury trial. They're doing a bench trial, and the judge of that trial just said, I'm not here to hear what Mr. Trump has to say. I don't understand how that can continue to go on at that point. I'm no attorney, but that just doesn't seem right to me. All right, silly, we got a birthday wish for J6er Deborah Sandoval. There's that prison in North Carolina. Okay. Well, happy birthday, Deborah. You stood up for us on January 6th. We got your back right out here. It's unfortunate, though, that nobody's listening to us. But we'll continue to pray. We'll continue to put our faith in God. We will get over this, or we won't. Either way, we win. We're good. So, yeah, Engeron says he's not there to listen to what Trump has to say. What kind of a judge? What kind of words is that for a judge to utter? Where's all the lawyers? Where's the Bar Association? Where's his fellow judges saying, hey, bud, you shouldn't say stuff like that. You're a judge, right? They're supposed to be held to a higher level. They're given a position of authority in our world here, and this guy shoots his mouth off like that. I don't get it. And then another little tidbit of information for anybody that's wondering, thinking Joe Biden's doing such a great job. If you got the most votes in American history, which is what they're claiming, that Joe Biden got 81 million votes, you shouldn't have to go after your political opponents with a justice system. And if they can say that they aren't going after Trump, that he's just a criminal and he's so bad, I mean, that looks irrational also. So, yeah, if you got the most votes in American history, you don't need to go after your political opponents. So the lie is coming out. I mean, the big lie is not what they call it. The big lie is that Joe Biden did not get 81 million votes. Mike Pence certified a fraudulent election on January 6, 2021. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. You want to look at one person that could have changed the world? Mike Pence. And what did he do? Nothing. Another one person that could have changed the world is Bill Barr, the Attorney General. I don't know why Trump picked him, but he did. The guy could have done something, but he didn't. And that's about all I got today, folks. I got it before it got dark out. I could still read my notes, though. Got kind of a cool sunset going over here. It's all washed out, though. Yeah, it doesn't look good. It's not a God sky, that's for sure. So yeah, Patriots, I want to wrap it up here, get back to this. Hopefully get that part in there. Thanks for sticking along with the battle here. It is a battle. It is aggravating. It is maddening. It is our country, though. We love our country, and we got to make this a better place, man. We got to win this one. And I see light way at the end of the tunnel. We have made progress, but man, we still got a long way to go, and we're on our own. So it's the phone call army, it's the writing letters army, it's the just Freedom Corner army, bringing it out to us day by day, every day in a row. God bless the Patriots at Freedom Corner, and let's pray that God just holds our J6ers together while they're in the prison, serving sentences unjustly, man. None of these guys deserve to be in there for the terms that they are in there. So tonight might be a good night to have a cocktail. I've just had it, man. I've really had it sometimes. It's hard to keep going sometimes, but and I know I keep saying that, but man, it's rough. And it isn't just rough because we're fighting this battle. It's rough because gas is $4.50 a gallon, because milk is $6, because the prices, everything's going up. Electricity, the water and sewer bill, everything's going up. The interest rates, everything is shot to hell. And yet these people just think Joe Biden got 81 million votes. So there's a good one there, Deb. Onward, Christian soldiers. And on that note, I'll see you guys in the chat tonight at Freedom Corner. God bless you all. This is Jericho, over and out.